Hi, boys and girls. I hope you had a great first day of e-learning and on to day number 2. We're going to read another one of my favorite back-to-school books. It's called Spaghetti in a Hotdog Bun. Some of you may have heard this one too. I particularly love this story so much. It's because the main character has curly hair and I'm a curly girl like her. And this is about having the courage to be who you are, loving yourself and respecting yourself. This is by Maria Dismundi and illustrated by Kim Shaw. Spaghetti in a hot dog bun. Has anyone ever tried that before? No, thank you for me. The delicious smell of breakfast filled the air as Lucy's grandpa handed her a plate. Lucy smeared ketchup on her toast. And she turned to her grandpa and said, "Papa Gino, Harriet said she's never heard of ketchup on toast. Her family uses butter and jelly." Ketchup on toast? Not for me. It's okay. Not everyone likes the same thing, Lucy. It doesn't mean one person is right or wrong. We're all different. What a boring world it would be if we were all exactly alike. Do you remember what's really important? Grandpa Gino asked. Yes, Papa. Even if we are different from others on the outside, we all have a heart with feelings on the inside. Very true. And I say that to my class all the time. If we were all the same, it would be a boring world. That's my girl. Remember, when you treat others with love and kindness, you are doing the right thing, Papa Gino replied. She's off to school. On the school bus, Lucy and her friend Harriet pulled out some paper and crayons. Sitting across from them was Ralph. As usual, Ralph sat alone, staring out the window. He looked over at them and rolled his eyes like this. Wonder why he would do that. And that's not very respectful to people. In the classroom, Lucy sat down near the teacher. Ralph carelessly hurried over and tripped on Lucy's foot. Before long, he was glaring at her. Do you know what that means? When you glare at someone, you stare at them real hard. Ralph whispered, "Woof, I can't see the book with this poodle in front of me." Aw. Lucy could hear him giggling behind her. Oh no, why did it have to be me, she wondered. Because she has a lot of hair. And he was making fun of her, calling her a poodle, which is a dog with curly hair. Which is not nice at all. During lunch, Harriet shouted one of her silly jokes over the other children's voices. As the girls ate, their bellies shook with laughter. So her friend was making her laugh. Across the table, Ralph hollered. Oh boy, here he goes again. "Yuck, that's the disgusting smell. Whoever heard of eating spaghetti in a hot dog bun?" So he's making fun of her for what she's eating. It might be gross to him, but she likes it. And that's okay. Tony and the other children at the table turned away from Ralph, shaking their heads. Ralph continued, "Poor little Lucy with her hair so poofy." Tears filled Lucy's eyes and she began to cry. On the way home, Lucy thought about what had happened. Maybe Ralph is mean to me because he thinks being different is bad. I wish he would stop teasing me. Look at what he's doing. So our main character, changed from the beginning to the middle of the story. At first, she was all happy with her grandpa. Now Ralph is making her feel bad. Slowly, Lucy stepped off the bus. "How was your day?" Papa Gino asked. "Fine," she mumbled. Papa reached over and pulled a crayon out of her hair. "How did this happen?" he asked. Lucy didn't say a word. That night, as Papa Gino finally tucked Lucy into bed, he asked, "Is everything all right at school?" Lucy rolled over. He sat down and whispered, "Always remember, if something's not right, we can work on fixing it together." Do you do that with your parents or your family? It's not that easy, thought Lucy. How do I stop Ralph from teasing me? How can he have a heart and be so mean? Lucy had a hard time falling asleep, worrying about what would happen tomorrow. So Ralph is a bully. She needs to tell Grandpa. The following day, Lucy was surprised to find Ralph leaving her alone until Lucy took the bag Ralph handed her. Inside were dog bones and a note that read, Lucy, Lucy, eat stinky food that puts us in a big bad mood. Lucy, Lucy, hair shaped like a cone. Here's a treat for you, a yummy dog bone. That's horrible. The beating of Lucy's heart was so loud she knew everyone could hear her. Stop, it hurts my feelings when you do this, Ralph, Lucy said. Please stop. Ralph turned and walked away. So good for Lucy. What did she do? Right, she stood up for herself. Good for her. Has there been a time that you've ever had to stand up to someone and be brave and have courage to be who you are? It was recess time and Lucy played alone. She didn't want to tell her teacher about Ralph. She was afraid of being a tattletale. Lucy wished Papa Gino was there to help. What should I do? She asked herself over and over. The bell rang as recess ended. So she did the right thing. The first step would be to tell the bully how you're feeling. And if it continues, then you got to tell an adult, a teacher or mom or dad or grandpa or someone that can help. Help! Cried a child off in the distance. Tony yelled. Ralph got himself stuck at the top of the monkey bars. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. So even though Ralph is not a nice boy, should they laugh at him? No. Being mean to someone who's being mean doesn't make it better. This is my chance. I'll go and tell Ralph he is really mean. M-E-A-N, mean. Lucy stomped off towards the monkey bars. What do you think she's going to do? Do you think she's going to tell him about being mean? Do you think she might help him? When she reached Ralph, Lucy paused. She looked at him in the eye and said, What you did was so mean. Standing before Ralph, Lucy could hear her papa's words. Ralph did have a heart with feelings. What do you think might happen? In that moment, Lucy decided what she would do. She saw tears in Ralph's eyes, and he hesitated to move and whispered, I'm scared. Lucy reached out and said, Here, take my hand, and she helped him down. Did any of you guess that's what she was going to do? The two walked back to the classroom without saying a word. As the bus pulled up to Lucy's stop, Ralph reached over and handed her a picture. Lucy was amazed by what she saw. Thanks, she muttered softly. Oh, he drew her a picture. After she got off the bus, Lucy smiled and said, Papa, there's this boy, Ralph, who was really mean to me. Today he was in trouble, and I helped him. So hopefully, if that ever happens to you, you're able to help someone. Even if they're not being so nice, you still want to be nice back. Papa Gino hugged Lucy and replied, That took a lot of courage. It wasn't the easiest thing to do. You chose to treat others the way you want to be treated. I am so proud of you, Lucy. I love all her curly hair. As they walked home, she asked him what was for dinner. When Papa Gino said spaghetti, Lucy immediately knew what she would have for lunch the next day. Her favorite sandwich, spaghetti and a hot dog bun. I love this book. So what do you think that the author was trying to teach us with this book? Maybe turn to mom or dad or whoever's at home with you and have a little discussion about it. What do you think the author was trying to teach you with this book? Be kind to others, maybe? Stand up for what you believe in? Have courage. Very good. Okay, so what you're going to do next, sorry, I dropped my papers, is you are going to go into your back to school packet, and you're going to find this page, Spaghetti and a Hot Dog Bun. And it says, I like being me because. So here, I want you to try to write 5 sentences. You may not have written in a long time, so really try to get creative, okay? 5 sentences on why you like being you, okay? Think about all the different skills that you have. What do you like about yourself? 5 sentences means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ending marks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 capital letters, okay? So after you finish this, you can keep this, and then you're gonna go back into your language arts folder for Tuesday, and you're going to write on the discussion post. Then you only have to type in one thing you like about being yourself. Here, I want you to try to write 5 sentences. On the discussion post, you only need to type in 1 sentence, okay? Because I know we're still getting used to typing. So if you want to type in all 5, that's fine. But I only need you to type in 1, okay? I cannot wait to read all the things that you're going to say about yourselves. And we will see you later. Bye.